These children used to live in an orphanage, and now they live in a war zone. Brought up in poverty and two with severe learning disabilities, they all now live with their adopted parents in the village of Zavonka, in the so-called grey zone between pro-Russian separatist fighters and the Ukrainian army. Despite repeated calls for a ceasefire, the fighting continues, and especially at night.
Nadia is always very afraid when there's shelling. She cries and screams at night. We try to keep the girls calm. We try not to show them that we are afraid.
An agreement signed last February in the Belarusian capital, Minsk, was supposed to end the fighting. This is the Ukrainian army front line in another village close to what was the airport of the separatist-controlled city of Donetsk. Heavy weapons are supposed to have been withdrawn as part of the Minsk deal, but both sides accuse each other of breaking that agreement almost every day. This area has seen some of the fiercest fighting since the conflict began. Now, the Ukrainian army tell us that the separatists regularly target their positions here using anti-tank weapons and mortars. They also tell us that the two towers there on the horizon are about 2.5 kilometers away, and they say that the separatists use those towers as lookout posts and sniper positions. They've moved 78-year-old grandmother Sonia to so-called safety 4 times since the fighting started. But she's come under fire every time, and every house has been destroyed.
I'm not going anywhere because I got married here. My children were born here. My grandchildren were born here. Everyone's gone, and I don't want to go, because if I do, how will they find me? I won't move until there is peace.
The conflict hasn't finished. I personally believe the Ukrainian military are needed here in order to deter the enemy's onslaught. The conflict is frozen. We have to be here to protect and help the people who decided to stay and to bring an end to this conflict.
At a nearby checkpoint, Ukrainian Cossack volunteers entertain the soldiers. These men are fiercely patriotic and anti-Moscow.
It's important because people are strong in their unity when we are united, and together we will defeat our enemy and the evil Muscovites.
Among the destruction of war, people across this region have no interest in talk of victory, wishing only the fighting would end. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Eastern Ukraine.